Hey everybody, welcome to another beautiful day here in Massachusetts Maritime. If you're wondering what today's video is going to be on, today's video is going to be about naval architecture, because that was the meeting I went to yesterday. Now this video is kind of made after the events. I already went to the meeting and it was actually pretty swell. And the event was really good. And I'm just here to talk about how I felt about the event and things like that. And then if you want to continue watching the video, you can watch the entire meeting because I recorded it. And about the event itself. So Mr. Gill invited us to go to the event. It was a 2-hour meeting. We had wonderful steak and it was a really good time. I'm not gonna lie. We learned some really interesting things about the global, not marketplace, but the global regulations and things about architecture in general, and how the world's moving forward in the next few years when it comes to shipping and things like that. If you want to hear the full discussion, I recommend watching the video all the way to the end. It's very good, I think. She did a wonderful performance, and yeah, I think it went really well. As for my opinions on it, everything was good. There's some technical errors with her video, but what can you do? Yeah, it was a really nice time. Luckily for us, I didn't mention this in the video, but I found out the news. We beat FIFCO. Woohoo! I'm super happy about that. Yeehaw! Yeah, there goes my roommate. FIFCO and ThirdCo, we've been trying to fight each other since orientation. And apparently it was a David versus Goliath match with 12 versus the entire team or whatever. It was 12v12, I think. But
no, we had 11 people there.
There was 11 people at ThirdCo.
We had 11 people. They had a pretty good number.
Yeah, they had a pretty good number of people. But we still won. Then we won by a landslide. Like, what was the score in the end?
I don't know, like 3-1.
3-1? Alright, so it wasn't much. It was it was a very tough game. But we won. Super happy about that. I wish I was able to film it, but it messed up during timing. So, sad to say I couldn't actually record the video. But luckily, next intramurals, I should have it all recorded. It should be good. And also, I have some other great news. I'm planning on getting the SD card either tomorrow or Friday. So, our first GoPro video will be this Saturday for the our first rowing competition. I'm super excited about that. Can't wait for the time. We're waking up around 4 o'clock to get ready for the event. I'm super excited. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing I wish I had was more sleep, but what can you do? Also, I did really well on my quiz and test and speech today. So on my quiz for Miss Leaf, I got 84%, which is amazing because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the really best at math, and luckily, I did really good thanks to my tutor Melissa and so many more who helped and supported me. For the speech, I think the speech went pretty well. Could have been better, but I think it was good for what it was. And I got 85 on it, I believe, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. That was for Mr. Sicard. There goes my roommate again. Anyway, I'm happy how it went. I'm super psyched. This week has been pretty awesome, not gonna lie, with everything that's going on. I did the 6K today, so I got a little bit of blisters. I don't know if you can see them on my hands. It's more, you can kind of see. Yeah, you can definitely see it on this hand. But my hands are kind of screwed. But what can you do? I'm just glad I was able to do the 6K completely without stopping. That was awesome. And yeah, I'm excited about the rowing event. That should be awesome. It's this Saturday. I'm still learning the time what time. I'll probably tell you the place and location and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm super soaked. And the rest of this video is going to be about what's it called? Naval architecture, and the majority of it's going to be the meeting itself. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you want to stop here, you can. The rest of this video is more about what was actually going on during the event. So if you want to hear her lecture about how the world's changing in global marketplace and things like that, I fully recommend it. It's showing about the sulfur and things like that, and about how policies are changing, and how politics and tariffs and things like that are conflicting and changing the way the world works. Not to mention global warming in general and how we're dealing with that. That'll be it for this part of the video. The rest will be, as I've said, the meeting. So I hope you guys have a good day. Don't do anything stupid. And good night. Hey everybody, I'm at the Naval Architecture event. It's pretty awesome here, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty beautiful. We have amazing food, and the event is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. We're about to start learning about current events. It should be nice.
Hi Dan, can you hear me?
And it looks like the presentation started, so we're gonna end the video.
Hi. Okay.
Alright, explain. How you guys enjoying the event so far?
Pretty decent.
That's pretty nice. Was the food good?
Oh yeah. About a 5 stars.
Alright then. Yep, and we're about to start the event. I hope Third Co won our intramurals against Fifth Co. Hope that goes well. You guys are Fifth Co, right? No? Too cool? Am I? I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, we got a rhythm.
Sure. We'll see what happens. Guys, take care.
Now we're getting into the continental shelf. Sometimes part of the EZ will be in that area as well. The continental shelf is made up of what we call a continental margin, and includes the shelf slope and rise of the continent. And as soon as we get into the deep seabed, that flat area, that's a limit of the continental margin. So, the sovereign rights for the purposes of exploiting all natural resources, living, which are under the seabed, those that really don't move, and non-living as well, so oil and gas, things like that. So the coastal states again have the exclusive right to those listed non-living and living resources, and the coastal states must adhere to freedom of navigation over the water column. So while the continental shelf allows the coastal state to have all the resources on the seafloor, you can't limit who can go through the water column and sort of things like who can fish and things like that. So why does this matter? Extraction of resources. As I said previously, technology advances, coastal states want more and more access to what they own, oil and gas, and things of that nature. Coastal states can also set up artificial structures with drilling platforms and things, and put a 500-meter safety zone around it and make ships steer clear of that, but they can't limit transit passage, innocent passage, any sort of thing like that. After that is the high seas. Most of you might be sailing on the high seas for after graduation. This is beyond the EZ. Here, it's a bit different. So previously, we were talking about coastal states and their rights. Now we're talking about flag state. That's who has jurisdiction here. So if you might have a British tanker, and it might be owned by a German company. It might be registered in Panama. The only country that would have it would be Panama. That's who the flag state is. That's who's registered. That's who's enforcing things on the high seas. There's certain situations of collisions and other things where the state of the crew member, or if there's an incident on board that might become involved. There's also situations of drug trafficking where you might have a stateless vessel or a non-stateless vessel, and who can board on the vessel and sort of things like that. That's also subject to the coastal state. They have to ask to be able to board by the flag state. The flag state can give a statement of no objection. But there could also be bilateral or multilateral treaties that allow coastal states to board on the high seas. And it's very specific sort of thing. And there's also one other thing I should mention is a stateless vessel. If you're registered in two flags, if you have two flag states, considered a stateless vessel. And you're actually in any jurisdiction that you're in, or any coastal state can board because you have a flag state. They can't contact the flag state. So that's a little bit about the law of the sea. I thought it was interesting to have that in the back of your mind as we move forward into the global forces shaping the industry. And I'll spend a little bit of time on this slide. So, as I said before, I'm a big believer in an interdisciplinary approach to things. We have our internal forces that are in the maritime industry, in the maritime world, the seafarers at sea, the ship owners, whether you're a cruise ship or cargo ship, flag state, port state, and then how they interact with the external. I just listed some. This is not an exhaustive list by any means. And then the geopolitical and the economic elements as well. And if you really go across and zigzag and go any sort of way, how do seafarers or ship owners, so an incident might happen, or something in the insurance market might change, or banks aren't lending anymore, or it's difficult to get finance. How does that, affect other things, or how does, when we have tariffs or sanctions, or sea lanes closed, how does that affect ship owners, where they can travel, how the cargo can get to certain locations, how does that affect port state, flag state? It's really quite interesting to see all of these factors kind of interwoven and at play. I put up this slide as well because there are so many pressing challenges. I put up just a few what I'm focusing on lately: ballast water management, sulfur cap, so that's the exhaust gas cleaning systems on ships, which goes into effect 2020. Ships can only burn 0.5% sulfur forward. So, looking at that from an economic, legal, technical, and policy perspective, that is so critical, and I don't think it's happening as much as it should be. And you can apply this to any discipline in any industry, and just having that the ability to kind of dissect the problem, look at it from different angles, talk to people from different disciplines, and get it a different approach. There's quite a need for collaboration between public and private sectors, academia as well, government. We can look at, for example, ballast water systems. What are the legal implications? Who's enforcing it? What are the penalties? What are the costs? Who's creating the policy? What are the technical specifications that naval architects and marine engineers are going to be designing? What restraints do they have to make sure that they adhere to? And you can really do that with any of these things. Right now, there's a lot of uncertainty with financial and commercial banks, trade routes, piracy. And this could change tomorrow and be a different list. But these four, in my opinion, you can call it groupings or disciplines, are so important to look at different issues that are shaping the maritime community today. I put this on here as a picture of major maritime sea lanes. I was talking about some of the political events that are taking place. And you can just see, I circled here the different choke points. Suez Canal, Panama Canal, Cape of Good Hope, Strait of Malacca, especially. If there, as the industry gets certain things happen to it, changes in the trade patterns shift. Maybe the Arctic opens up in the future. Maybe there's choke points that is increased risks, and different things like that. So it's important to keep these global forces in mind as well. We're looking at the maritime industry from different lenses, because there could be activity in the Middle East. I'll talk about that shortly. It can affect these trade patterns. India, for example, there's a big demographic shift taking place. Lower class becoming more middle class. That might change trade routes. It might be consumerization and more need for products and global goods. It definitely change trade routes as well. So it's interesting to see what they are looking like. So I was saying current events. Now that we've learned a little bit about law of the sea, you can see this line here eliminating Oman territory, Iran territory. This was many of you might know already, Stena Impero. It's a British flag tanker. It is Swedish owned. It was passing through international waters on the Strait of Hormuz on the 19th of July. It was detained by Iran. So Iran accused the vessel of colliding with a fishing boat, failing to stop, failing to respond to calls. But the ship's owner said that there was no evidence of that. And you can see in this photo article from, you can see where the Stena Impero was intercepted, where that dot is, and you can see the delineation that's along the territory. And as we learned in the law of the sea, that's really not coastal states are really not able to make that sort of arrest and bring it back into their waters, and sort of things like that. So it's quite interesting to see the law of the sea in play, not too long ago, back in July. ship owners are asking about 2020 and moving forward like that. Right now, there's a difference between owners and charters. A lot of questions surrounding them. We're about to have a charter agreement, and we already have to send the fuel, or we didn't come up with this pay structure, or who's responsible for contacting now all new suppliers of bunkers of fuel. Another good question, what happens if we can't have compliant fuel? So the fines, or the penalties. In that case, the owners and the charters will have to show what's called a FONAR, F-O-N-A-R. It's a fuel oil non-availability report. This does not mean fuel wasn't available at a reasonable cost. It means it wasn't available at any cost. And the authorities can look at previous voyages, ports, bunkers that were available, how many suppliers were contracted to get the fuel. So many questions still remain about what ship detainment sanctions would look like. P&I clubs would even be paying for fines associated with this. Again, allow to see what jurisdiction applies, who's testing, certain things like that. Are the standards for fines the same across the board? Harmonization of fines. Those are all great questions about some of the new forces that are going to shape your industry right in 2020. Multidisciplinary approach. I keep coming back to it because I think it's critical. Cross-pollination of ideas between disciplines is very important as well. A lot of the shipping companies, I put this up here because I have a few clients that I won't say them, but I see how other clients as well interact with other companies and ask questions. Is your marketing team aware that the vessel in 3 years is going to be in a region where you really need to have something in place for low sulfur fuel oil, or you really need an exhaust gas cleaning system because there's not any sort of low sulfur fuel oil there. And a lot of the companies, departments operate in silos. I hope to share with students and those at home that how important it is, even those on the ship, really communicate what's going on with those on shore and interdepartmentally as well. Maybe the marketing department doesn't know that the ship is planning to go somewhere else in 5 or 6 years, and then they go to dry dock and they don't get the right hull fouling paint, but they don't know that they're going to be down in Miami and they need help, anti-fouling paint because it's warmer and the organisms grow more in the hull. So there's just so many little details that can be distilled and problems that can be worked out, not just by having a multidisciplinary approach, but inter-departmental relationship as well. So I always like to highlight that. This is a little bit for some of the marine engineers and those who are going out to sea. I put up a little bit about the onshore maritime community, how they interact. This is not an exhaustive list by any means.
Okay. What is, in your impression, of international cooperations among different states or maritime? It seems like there's more cooperation in that industry than some other states.
I think the parallel industry would be the airline industry. As you fly through different countries, your air traffic control, you get picked up by the next country that's going. And it's quite interesting because while that doesn't happen when you move there, it kind of does with the port state. They then take control over you when you are in their port and when you leave their waters. There's someone else someone that you need to deal with there. But international cooperation, like you said, I think it's there in the maritime industry. As far as I've seen, I spent some time in Singapore last summer. We had the ASEAN meetings with all the Asian countries. The cooperation is huge. There's fast food countries, the One Belt, One Road initiative that's taking place with China, and the connectivity, the scientific community that just really wants to work in really different areas and different things like that. I think the cooperation is really there. It's just sometimes it's hard to get all the players at the same time on board with the same thing. But like I said, it's really those 3 A's, and it's being able to be agile. Maybe we can't right now. Everybody participates in this one thing, a policy initiative. But I think it's getting there. I think I'm writing a paper on policy cohesion. So maybe that's something that should be looked at from a government standpoint. How we sign this treaty, or we want to sign this treaty, we need to implement the correct legislative instruments into place, or we're not ready to, like with the Hong Kong Convention and scrapping of vessels. countries want to be on board to that, but they might not have the capability yet to be there. So some people say, oh, this industry is fragmented, no one wants to be green or something like this. I think it's happening, but it just takes a while to get everybody to the same place, because there are underdeveloped nations and regions of the world that just take a little longer to get there. But the cooperation is there, I have to say. The conferences and meetings that I've been to, in the international community, it's really a global industry, and there's no way around it. And that's my
Question about the United States and its position toward the law of the Sea Convention. As you mentioned to the audience earlier, the United States has not ratified the law of the Sea Convention. Does that, in your opinion, strengthen our position against, say, China's incursions in the South China Sea and their efforts to build artificial islands in contravention of the terms of the convention, or is the United States at a disadvantage because it has not ratified the law of the Sea Convention and its posture toward what China is doing? Do you have any opinions on that?
I have some opinions for that. It goes back to, as far as it's customary international law. The United States has a lot of its own bilateral and multilateral agreements already in place, and they call upon those, principles and that. But I think a lot of articles that I've read and information that I've researched, the United States' position is it doesn't want to be in a position that it can't do something that it's not able to do, because it's exactly why it's signed this convention. It likes to have its rights, rightfully so, but it also wants international order. And there's been some talk about, well, you want certain things, but can you challenge it if you're not a signatory and sort of things like that. But in my opinion, freedom of navigation has been going on for a long time. There's exercises and other countries do it, and I think it's, even though we're not signatory to it, we've been part of the discussion. We've actually added things that we wanted to be there in case we do sign it. So I think it's just, I don't think it hurts our position that we're not a signatory to it, but I still think we're a huge player. If we weren't a signatory and not participating or voicing our concerns for nations that we need it, then it might be a different story. But that's a good question.
Yeah, no.
Okay. What is, in your impression, international cooperations among different states or maritime? It seems like there's a bit more cooperation in that industry than some other states.
I think the parallel industry would be the airline industry. As you fly through different countries, your air traffic control, you get picked up by the next country that's going. And it's quite interesting because while that doesn't happen when you move there, it kind of does with the port state. They then take control over you when you are in their port and when you leave their waters. There's someone else someone that you need to deal with there. But international cooperation, like you said, I think it's there in the maritime industry. As far as I've seen, I spent some time in Singapore last summer. We had the ASEAN meetings with all the Asian countries. The cooperation is key. There's investments from countries. The One Belt, One Road initiative that's taking place with China and the connectivity. The scientific community that just really wants to work in very protected areas and different things like that. I think the cooperation is really there. It's just sometimes it's hard to get all the players at the same time on board with the same thing. But like I said, it's really those 3 A's, and it's being able to be agile. Maybe we can't right now. Everybody participates in this one thing, a policy initiative. But I think it's getting there. I think I'm writing a paper on policy cohesion. So maybe that's something that should be looked at from a government standpoint. How we sign this treaty, or we want to sign this treaty, we need to implement the correct legislative instruments into place, or we're not ready to, like with the Hong Kong Convention and scrapping of vessels. Countries want to be on board to that, but they might not have the capability yet to be there. So some people say, oh, this industry is fragmented, no one wants to be green or something like this. I think it's happening, but it just takes a while to get everybody to the same place, because there are underdeveloped nations and regions of the world that just take a little longer to get there. But the cooperation is there, I have to say. the conferences and meetings that I've been to, some of the international community is really the global industry, and there's no way around it, and that's mine.
Question about the United States and its position toward the law of the Sea Convention. As you mentioned to the audience earlier, the United States has not ratified the law of the Sea Convention. Does that, in your opinion, strengthen our position against, say, China's incursions in the South China Sea and their efforts to build artificial islands in contravention of the terms of the convention, or is the United States at a disadvantage because it has not ratified the law of the Sea Convention and its posture toward what China is doing? Do you have any opinions on that?
I have some opinions for that. It goes back to, as far as it's customary international law. The United States has a lot of its own bilateral and multilateral agreements already in place, and they call upon those, principles and that. But I think a lot of articles that I've read and information that I've researched, the United States' position is it doesn't want to be in a position where it can't do something about it. It's not able to do because it's exactly why it's signed this convention, and it likes to have its rights. But it also wants an international order. And there's been some talk about, well, you want certain things, but can you challenge it if you're not a signatory and sort of things like that. But in my opinion, freedom of navigation has been going on for a long time. There's exercises in other countries do it, and I think it's, even though we're not signatory to it, we've been part of the discussion. We've actually added things that we wanted to be there in case we do sign it. So I think it's just, I don't think it hurts our position that we're not a signatory to it, but I still think we're a huge player. If we weren't a signatory and not participating or voicing our concern for nations that we need it, then it might be a different story. But that's a good question.
Yeah, no.